That's it. They're getting your stuff now.
Welcome back to Advocacy, Alchemy with Professor Ross. Today we have a good one, guys. This case takes us back to Orlando International Airport, the date May 3rd, 2024. We have a passenger's refusal to comply, and it's going to spiral out of control, guys. We have a full-blown arrest here. What began as a simple denial of boarding quickly turned into a confrontation filled with threats. We have some slurs and aggressive posturing. We're going to break down the laws involved. We're going to explore how evidence stacks up through our 6 levels of proof. And we're going to step into the shoes of a juror and see how we will weigh this case. With that, let's jump in.
Is he fighting or no?
No, he tried to fight me when I was trying to.
He's not fighting. Is this him?
That's him. He's been very unruly.
Yes, sir. Can you just step off first? We can talk. Yep. Is that him? Who is it? Come on over here, man.
I need to get my stuff.
Yeah, we'll get your stuff in a minute.
I need to get my stuff.
Let's talk about it real quick.
Yeah, I need to get my stuff.
I get that. Let's talk about it and maybe you can still fly.
Talk about what?
I need to figure out. I just got here.
I already was talking to them.
So let's just talk about it.
They're saying that there's no way. Like, I already told them. I went and.
Okay.
I'm just trying to. And I don't want to wait another 5 hours in there.
I get it, but we got to talk about it, bro.
No, you do. I know your police tactics. I deal with police before. I've been arrested.
Cool. That's cool.
You're just
so
trying to
I don't want
off the plane.
I don't want to arrest you right now. You still got to get off the plane, though.
Arrest me for what? What
trespassing on the plane.
What crime have I committed?
That's it. They don't want you here. They just want you to leave.
Yeah, bro. Okay,
cool. Hey, can we get airside? He's refusing to get off the plane.
Do you want to go down?
They're just gonna get your stuff, bro. Can you get your stuff?
Come on, bro. Let's go.
You already know what time it is, bro. Unball your fist.
That's not a crime. That's not a
You're
crime.
right.
That's not
but it is a threat. That's it. They're getting your stuff now.
Why are you throwing my property?
They're shoes, bro. Right now, I just asked you to get off. We would get that stuff nicely. You're not doing it, so I'm not playing nice anymore. That's all you got to do.
I'm not weird, bro.
That's cool. Right now, they don't want you on the plane. That's it.
I can move along so I can do it.
Oh, now you want to get off. Thank you.
He's off the plane. I'm trying to get his stuff.
Where's the big guy?
He's in the corner. Where's his stuff at?
That was his boots. That's apparently all he had.
Just the boots?
Yeah, just the boots, I guess.
Look, you guys got weapons, bro. I swear, bro. Oh, I have my luggage, bro.
Where's your luggage at?
I don't know.
Did you check it in?
Yes, I did.
Okay, it'll be at your destination.
Is it on the plane or did you?
You guys are lucky you guys have weapons, bro.
Walk on up.
Okay.
Hold on. Let's get airside. All you gotta do is walk up.
Let the But without that weapon and badges, bro, that's isolating. You guys get beat the up, bro, guaranteed. Pussy ass police. You guys ain't shit, bro. You guys are pussies, bro. You guys need weapons, bro. What?
I said keep walking.
What are you gonna do? You're lucky you need weapons and a bunch of people.
Just walk towards the gate.
Nah, shut the up, bro. You guys are,
All right, sir. The children.
It's a freedom. I can say whatever I want. I ain't saying no.
Where's
Where's the victim?
You're a. You need weapons. Take off the badges. Let's go somewhere right now. Me and you. Yeah, exactly. Punk ass Asian.
Well, that's not a racist, sir. There's no need for that. Okay. My ethnicity doesn't have anything to do with it.
Grow some hair.
At least I got a half decent haircut, my friend.
guy here. Hey, in World War II, they dental flossed you guys. They blindfolded you guys with dental floss on.
That's going to warn to the tram.
Yeah.
That way, bro.
Right there.
Right here, dog. I'm telling you something.
Where's my fucking plate?
Let him sit. You want to sit here? No
What?
problem.
Where's my plate?
Give him a route out.
That's the way out right there, the train, right?
For where?
Exit to get out of the airport right now.
Right there.
You're not going to the flight right now. You understand that, right?
I'm not going to
That way is your way out.
Where's
You're out.
That way on the
where's my
tram.
new flight? They said they
Your
would give me a
flight's
new
not
flight.
coming, sir. You've been denied boarding. Okay?
You have to find a new carrier, right?
So your flight is on the way out, and you have to book another one. Whatever airline's going to happen. Or you can go with what was that? Spirit? You can go to Spirit counter. But you're not flying on that
And
flight.
where's my money?
That's not our problem, sir. Our problem is you acting disorderly. On the flight and off the flight. Your exit's on that tram. You have an exit way.
You're a pussy, bro. You know that? You're a alright? Pussy, you need a weapon, but without all that shit, bro, you ain't nothing but a alright?
Okay, sir.
Ling ling, you pussy ass.
Keep walking, sir.
And you guys get off my nutsack, you guys want to my
Not on your nutsack, sir. Please keep walking.
Why are you pushing
Please
me?
keep walking, sir.
Why are you pushing me?
Please keep walking.
Why are you pushing me?
Help me
Leave your
walk. That way.
hands off me.
My hand's not on you. Keep walking.
Is your body cam on?
Absolutely.
You're touching me.
It's okay.
No, you can't.
Keep walking, sir.
You can't touch me. You
Please
don't have
keep
a right to touch me.
Keep walking,
Touch
sir.
me again.
Keep walking,
Touch
sir.
me again, exactly, because
Keep
you know you
walking,
can't f***ing touch me.
Keep walking, sir.
You get the out of my face and
Keep
I
walking,
will.
sir. You're
Back the up. Get away from me. Get away
Put
from
your
me.
hands down.
Get the away from me.
Exit. He needs an exit.
I will.
That
That's
way.
it, bro.
Walk.
Nah. Don't yell in my face.
All you got to do is walk.
You're gonna hit me, tough guy.
I don't need to hit you.
Hit me, tough guy.
I don't need to hit you.
Exactly.
Walk that way.
I will when you back up.
I don't need to
Get
back
out
up.
of my
My
face.
job.
Then I don't need to walk.
Please leave. Please leave. Your exit's right there.
Right? You're not hard, bro. I'm not hard. Get the out of my face.
It's my airport, bro.
Get the out of my face.
Please keep
You want
walking.
to book a flight, you go that way.
Get out of my face.
If you want to go to jail, hang out here. So you
Where's
can-
airside?
Get out of my face.
I'm not going anywhere.
Get the out of my face. And I ain't going anywhere, bro.
Get here.
Out
We're
of my
between trams.
face.
Don't pull your fist up! Do not pull your fist up! I saw that! Heard that? Do not pull your fist up! Andy, where are you guys at? Hold! Yeah. Which way you going? Which way you want to go? Get this arm over here! Get your hand down!
I got cuffs.
Hands behind your back!
All right, yes, sir.
Do it now!
Give us your hands.
Yes, sir.
I got one.
Yes, sir.
All right, ready for got a sneaky?
Nope, the other way.
That's
No, that's me. That's me. That's me.
That's Andy.
That's me.
Bring him down. Bring him down.
I believe you said he's at the tram now.
Go ahead and pull back, Andy. Go ahead and pull your arm out. Okay.
192 from Bodycam. Can you confirm your location?
We're between the trams.
Good.
Sit up.
On the air side.
I told you not to ball your fist up.
Anything in socks?
No.
Anything in socks?
No.
You sure? Let me see.
They're on the waist.
Anything in this sock here? No. Are you sure, sir?
Yes, sir.
Let me double check. That's nothing in your
They're on
shoes.
the waist.
When this officer was talking to you, you had your right hip fist balled up. That's what you're going to jail for.
Sir? I might need a new radio.
Oh, okay. Good, thank you.
How hard it is to get a short stem?
What's
We were shitty time.
of course?
We were coming down. We were at the gate. Active call, right? Fight in progress. I get down there. I'm like, there's this really big guy in front of me. So I tap on my shoulder. Hey, sir, you want to step off? He's like, no, it's not him. It's him. I'm like, okay, cool, sir. Step off and talk to me. No, not without my stuff. He only had a set of the brown boots. Finally, get the brown boots. Chuck him off the plane. I see his fist balled up around the ticket. I'm like, hey, man, don't do that. Finally gets off. He's talking shit all the way back to here. And then we're like, hey, keep moving. I was like, hey, keep moving. And guy didn't touch. Hey, keep going. Once he comes down here, he's like, get off my nuts and I'll move. I was like, get moving. He goes, don't yell at me. Okay. And Pete Lennekamp comes over and starts talking to him. I see his hand come up like this. I'm like, oh.
I'll kick your ass.
Next train will be on this side. That's the very end.
So are there charges like back at the gate, or
I didn't even get to that.
Okay.
Are you guys good with me if I go check on that?
Yeah, I got it.
I'll go find a spot for Sergeant Jewel to get in.
Did anything happen on the flight with that gentleman?
No, negative. Apparently, as the flight attendants called me down, because I'm the station supervisor,
Right.
I went to see what he was doing. So apparently, inside the aircraft, he was, I guess somebody sitting next to him or something, and he didn't want him that close. So he started going like he was doing when you guys got here. So then
He's hitting his fist into his open palm like this? Okay.
threatening, very threatful. And then he said, I got to go to the bathroom. And he came from his seat all the way to the first class bathroom, went in there, and that's when I arrived to the scene.
Right.
The flight attendant was debriefing me about where his... Jose, I'll call you back. I'm in an issue. I got to call you back.
Yeah, I copy. I'm going to be down at the gates. Give me a second, Sarge.
So when I went over there, the flight attendant said that she was being nasty to them, cursing at them.
AC, can you get her in?
He was cursing at the passengers as he was walking by and disrespecting the flight attendants.
Right.
So then he went into the bathroom. When he came back, I arrived at the scene.
Right.
She was telling me what was going on, and I said, well, if it's that issue, because we have to decline it. We want him out of the aircraft.
Right.
So when he stepped out of the bathroom, I approached him right there, and I said, can I see your boarding pass? And then he's like, what you want my boarding pass for, bro? I get out of my
16182. You're
right, so I stood there, I said, I just need your boarding pass. Then he handed over to me. When I'm going to look at his name and everything, he snatched it from my hand, and he said, you need to move the
Right.
I need to go back to my seat. I said, sir, do you have any carry-on luggage with you? I need you to talk to the side of the aircraft. You're not going to be flying on this flight today. And then he just started going, oh, Frog, you're lucky, oh, PD, you're lucky, we can do this right here. You know, being dreadful.
Right.
So I wouldn't budge because I was blocking the walkway to prevent him from going back into the aircraft.
Is that why all the passengers are stacked up there?
Yes, because he refused to move. So he was just...
Did that flight already take off?
Yeah, he pushed back.
Okay.
Yes, sir. And so the captain noticed the commotion and he opened the door and he just stood by there. The big guy came and he was like, it's time for you to step off. And then they just put me aside, you know what I mean? Because I was not being confrontational. I was just not letting him. I was not budging, but I was looking at him. Just letting him speak, you know, quietly. But then when you guys arrived, that's when everything started.
181 from Bob.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah. You good, Mama? Alright.
I don't know where that's coming from.
Yeah, it's a great thing. Yep.
Yep.
Someone's got something.
Somebody grab a shoe.
Is that
Number
okay?
is going to be 16188 to this 16188.
We just gotta go down the elevator here around the corner. Yeah.
Christian Alley.
Excuse me, you guys have my phone?
The what?
You guys have my phone?
I don't know, but we'll check. I'm sure we have everything.
Take a seat.
All right, guys. So what did you think about that one? It seems like Orlando, Florida, is turning out to be one of the worst places to fly into. All right, we have 3 laws we're looking at today. Let's begin with the first one, disorderly conduct. This is found at the Florida statute, section 877.03. Now, this is defined as any acts that corrupt the public morals, that outrage the sense of public decency, or disturb the peace. Now, anytime you're going to be arguing and fighting with the police, you're probably going to get hit with one of these disorderly conduct charges. All right, the penalties. This is a first-degree misdemeanor in Florida that carries up to 1 year in jail, 1 year of probation, and a fine of up to $1,000. Here, we saw the threats, we heard the slurs, and we saw him refusing to leave the plane, and just exhibiting some overall disruptive behavior in the airport terminal. And I think all that is going to meet this standard of disorderly conduct. Moving up to our next law. Assault on a law enforcement officer. This is found at the Florida statute section 784.07. And this law basically takes an assault that's going to happen against a law enforcement officer. So that's any unlawful threat by word or by act to do violence. And it must be coupled with an apparent ability to do so, creating fear in another person. Now remember, all that's done intentionally. Number 2 big element here is the victim has to be a law enforcement officer. This is a 3rd-degree felony carrying the 555. 5 years in prison, potentially 5 years of probation, a fine of up to $5,000. Now here, you have that one part where the officer says, don't be balling up your fist. So, balling up your fist, daring officers to hit me, and moving aggressively toward them, that would give the appearance of immediate threats toward the officers. All right, our final charge we're going to look at is resisting an officer without violence. This is found in the Florida statutes, section 843.02. Now, this is defined as simply resisting, obstructing, or opposing an officer in the lawful execution of their duties, and is done so without offering any violence. This is a first-degree misdemeanor. That's the 111, up to 1 year in jail, a fine of up to $1,000, potentially 1 year of probation. Okay, here we had the repeated refusal to basically move where the officers were trying to get him to move to. The refusal to walk, pulling away, verbal defiance, all that falls within the purview of this statute. Okay, all right, next, let's move into our evidentiary standards. Let's walk through the 6 levels of evidence step by step, as if we're climbing from the weakest proof to the strongest. Let's start with the first, mere suspicion. Now, when the government and the police are at this level of mere suspicion, it's just a hunch. They don't have any concrete proof. There's no real facts to back up anything. At this level, the government and the police can't take any action against anyone. Now, I will say the police will go on high alert. They're going to be on watch. Think of the officers first seeing a big passenger getting loud on a plane. Something feels off, but there's nothing concrete just yet. Moving up a level, we have number 2, reasonable suspicion. Now, at this level, the government and the police have specific facts that justify a temporary stop or an investigation. Here, the passenger clenched his fist, he cursed at the staff, and he refused to get off the plane. That gave officers a legitimate reason to step in and figure out what's happening, what's going on. Now, sometimes you may hear this level being defined as having specific articulable facts that would lead a person to believe that criminal activity is afoot. And that simply means that there's something going on criminal right now. Moving up one more level, we have probable cause. Now, at this level, the government and the police are going to arrest someone. Hopefully, it's not you. This is when the government and the police have enough facts that would lead a reasonable person to believe a crime has been committed and the suspect is involved. In this case, probable cause came when the man balled up his fist at the officers. That, coupled with him refusing lawful commands to leave and his continued disruption at the airport, it all works together to build probable cause. At that point, the police were no longer guessing. They had grounds to take that man into custody. Now, moving up one more level, we have preponderance of the evidence. Now, at this level, this is when we're actually in court. This is our first level of being in court for a civil case. This is when people are fighting over money. This level of evidence simply means that it's more likely than not that your claim is true. All that's required to win these type of cases is 51% of the evidence in your favor. Now imagine the airline being sued for a delay. They could prove it's more likely than not that this man's behavior disrupted the operations because multiple witnesses and staff saw the same thing. Using those witnesses, along with some officer testimony, the airline would probably seek to have the criminal suspect indemnify them, which means to take the blame. Moving up one more level, we have clear and convincing evidence. Now at this level, the government, or if me and you have brought someone to court, we need more evidence. We need more than 51% here. This level means that the evidence is highly and substantially more likely to be true than not. To win these types of cases, we're going to need about 75% of the evidence in our favor to win the action. This standard is going to be required for some of those administrative hearings. Say, for instance, if the airport needs to ban this man forever from coming back into the Orlando International Airport. In that type of situation, you would want them to have more evidence and more receipts before that type of action is taken against you. In that type of action to ban him forever, they'd use the video showing him using racial slurs, fighting with the police, refusing to get off the plane. All that combined with testimony from officers and flight attendants, that's fairly solid evidence against the man. Now, you'll also see clear and convincing evidence being used in child custody cases. You see it used in some fraud cases. If someone's claiming someone defrauded you, stole your identity. Let's move up to our last level, beyond a reasonable doubt. This is the highest level in the American justice system. Now, this level of proof means that there's no other logical conclusion besides the defendant being guilty of the charges that have been brought against them. It's important that you understand that this level is required for every criminal case, and jurors must be firmly convinced of the truth of the charge. Now, in this case, the body cam is going to show the man cursing and threatening the officers and resisting, and it's going to show him being physically restrained by the officers. Now, a juror watching the tape, would they have any reasonable doubts about whether he resisted or disrupted the peace while all that's going on? And that really shows the power of when you have video evidence as direct proof. All right, next let's move into the jury perspective. Now let's flip the script and let's put you in the jury box. Imagine you've just watched the same body cam footage in the courtroom. There's no blurring, there's no muting of certain words. You saw the full uncensored body cam. The prosecutor points at the screen, the defense attorney shakes their head. Now it's on you to decide what really happened. All right, let's start here. Now, let's talk about the fist. Now, when the defendant balled his fist and dared the officers to hit him, was that a genuine threat that put them in fear? Or is that just some empty posturing, sort of bowing up? Now, listen to your gut here. If someone did that to you, would you feel threatened if you were in the officer's shoes? The words. Now, he hurled some racial slurs here, some insults, and he challenged the officers to fight him, to take off their badges and fight him. Were those just words of frustration, or do they show clear intent to escalate this whole thing into violence? Let's talk about his resistance. Now, he repeatedly refused to leave, and he pushed back against all commands. Was he resisting arrest, or was he simply trying to stall for time because he's upset about missing that flight? You have to remember, airports are high security zones. If you did the same actions, cursing, balling up your fist, refusing to move when being told by authorized staff, some actions are going to feel a little bit more dangerous when they happen in this environment versus when they happen just on the street somewhere. It's going to be treated differently also. Remember that. Now, as a juror, you're never asked to leave your common sense at the door. It goes the same for your intuition. We want you to bring that with you when you come to make a decision. What does your intuition say? Was this man, was he a frustrated traveler, or was he someone whose behavior had crossed into criminal territory? Remember, you're not just judging the words or the actions in isolation. You're weighing the totality of all the circumstances, the setting, the threats, the tone, the officer's safety concerns, the impact on the public. When you look at all those things, what's your decision? Guilty or not guilty? This Orlando arrest shows us just how fast frustration can turn into felony territory. Now, this isn't anything new. We've been watching so many arrests happen at this very airport. What started today as a passenger upset about his seat and his schedule turned into disorderly conduct, resisting arrest, and even an assault charge, all because he refused to simply walk away. Airports are high security environments. When you push back, raise your fists, or challenge officers, the law doesn't see it as venting. It's going to be seen as a threat. Our lesson today, handle your business calmly. If you're denied boarding, go to the counter, rebook, and fight it later in the right way. Because in that moment, the officers aren't negotiating your travel plans. They're protecting safety, and they're going to enforce the laws. Now tell me in the comments below, what do you think? Guilty? Not guilty? Also, are you going to be trying to fly through Orlando? Now, did you see this as criminal assault, or was it just a frustrated passenger blowing off some steam? Tell me what you think in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this lesson. Remember, this is Advocacy Alchemy, and I am Professor Ross. I'll see you tomorrow. Everyone be safe out there. Have a great day.
Thanks for flying with us today. Remember to subscribe to Advocacy Alchemy, and we'll be back at 8:45 tomorrow morning.